Good morning, and welcome back to Supernaturalist, the podcast that hunts down the myths, monsters, and meaning behind every episode of Supernatural. I'm your host, Shelly Meyer. Today we're talking about Season 1, Episode 18, Something Wicked. It's one of the darkest, most personal stories of the season. A creepy creature from Slavic folklore, a glimpse into Dean's guilt-ridden past, and a haunting question. What happens when the thing that hunts you is invisible and feeds on your life while you're asleep? So let's get into it. The episode introduces us to the Striga, a creature straight from Eastern European legend. In folklore, the Striga is an ancient vampiric witch that feeds on the life force of humans, most often children. Some versions of the myth say it's a cursed soul that was once human, someone who dabbled in dark magic or refused to die. Others describe it as a demonic being that appears human by day and hunts at night. Now, in every tale, one thing is constant. The Striga drains vitality, leaving its victims pale, weak, and barely clinging to life. It's said to attack during sleep when you're most helpless and vulnerable. Does this sound familiar? Well, it should. In Supernatural, Sam and Dean find a hospital full of kids in comas, victims of this very creature. Sam and Dean trace the attacks to a small Wisconsin town where Dean has been before. Years earlier, their father was hunting the same creature, but Dean made a mistake. He left his post of watching Sam for just a few minutes, and the Striga escaped. Now it's back. In the show, the Striga disguises itself as Dr. Heidecker, and he's feeding on children while pretending to care for them. It's a perfect example of Supernatural's favorite theme, evil hiding in plain sight. When the Striga feeds, it hovers over its victims and drains their essence, probably their souls, and it's visible only as a shadow that stretches impossibly long across the room. It's eerie, silent, and intimate, like a parasite that feeds on innocent itself. In Slavic folklore, the Striga or Strigya stories date back centuries. They were said to be born with two souls or two hearts, one good, one evil. That's very interesting. When a Striga died, the evil soul could rise from the grave to feed on the living, and people believed that garlic, salt, and iron could repel it, and that destroying its body or burning its heart was the only way to end the curse. Supernatural twists this lore into something more grounded. The Striga isn't a ghost, it's a kind of immortal creature. It can only be killed while it's feeding and with consecrated iron rounds. That's why the Winchesters set their trap. A boy named Michael is bait. His younger brother is also a victim of the Striga. Dean is waiting with a gun in another room. When Dean finally kills it, it's not just a victory over a monster, it's redemption. He's been carrying that failure since childhood. Something wicked digs deep into Dean's psychology. For once, the monster isn't just a metaphor, it's a mirror to his own failure. The Striga feeds on the young and innocent, while Dean, as a child, was forced to grow up too fast, protecting Sam, following orders, and living in fear of failure. John was not the best father. When he confesses to Sam that he let the Striga escape years ago, it's heartbreaking. The episode isn't only about hunting monsters, it's about the scars that never heal and the guilt that never fades. Now, here's a fun Easter egg for you diehard fans. Remember the woman in the park, the one Dean talks to at the beginning of the episode while her little girl is playing on the swings? Dean notices something is off. No other kids are around. No laughter, no life in the playground. Well, the actress who plays that woman is Erica Carroll, and she'll later return to the series as Hannah, the angel who befriends Castiel in later seasons. It's a subtle connection that longtime fans love. A small, almost ghostly presence in the early episode that later becomes celestial. So after Dean kills the Striga, the children begin to recover. The episode ends with a quiet moment between the brothers. Sam finally understands the weight of Dean has been carrying all these years, and we, the audience, see the truth. Dean's not just hunting monsters, he's trying to make up for every failure, real or imagined, And the Striga may be dead, but the guilt that drives Dean Winchester, that's a monster he'll never quite kill. So that wraps up today's episode of Supernaturalist. We've met the Striga, a creature that feeds on life and guilt, and learned that sometimes the scariest thing isn't what's in the dark, it's what we carry inside. So please join me next time for Season 1, Episode 19, Provenance, where haunted paintings tell their own terrifying stories. And this is probably a fan favorite as well because Sam finally meets a woman that he's really very interested in. Oops, spoiler! Until then, I'm Shelly Meyer, reminding you not every monster hides under the bed. Some live right behind your reflection. Please remember to like and subscribe and share if you enjoyed this episode. Thank you and have a great weekend.